Hi class, this is Journalism 368, Public Relations, Publications, Design, and Production. I'm your instructor, Megan McNames. I'm an instructor of journalism and digital media. I teach primarily in the digital media minor, which is a great minor for those of you who are hoping to learn more in your education at Ball State about how to use digital tools to accomplish organizational goals. If you have any questions about the minor, please send them my way. I'd be glad to tell you about it. I've also taught in the PR program for, I think, 4 years now, teaching this class, Public Relations Design. This is the second time I'm teaching the class online, and I'm very excited to be back teaching it online this summer. So let's talk a little bit about the course. In this course, we're going to cover institutional and industrial publications as an important means of internal and external communications. Okay, what does that mean? That means in this class, you're going to learn design. So you're going to learn design and production techniques, color theory, typography, which is going to be a review from 103 really, how to make newsletters, how to structure a newsletter. But you're also going to learn the purpose of these designs. How are these designs communicative? When should these designs be for an internal audience and when should they be for an external audience? How do you choose content for these designs? So you're going to be learning design and production techniques, but my goal for you in this class is that you'll also learn when to design and why to design. So you're going to use professional file management and online collaboration practices. Basically, we're going to use Google Docs quite a bit so you can manage your files and communicate with your classmates. You're going to learn graphic design concepts, visual communication theories, web design concepts, you will be making a website, web communication techniques, publication production techniques, client website and public relations materials, and professional best practices for content and design strategies. Let's talk a little bit about, actually let's do the course components next. Course components. So this course consists of group meetings, written theory assignments, application projects, which are design projects, tutorials, a final exam, and a final paper. Now, you'll notice that there aren't quizzes on here. When you have terminology that you need to learn, those will be bundled with the theory assignments. You'll provide definitions for terminology. I won't quiz you on it, but it will be on the final exam and you will receive a study guide for that. So let's talk about each one of these really quickly. Group meetings. This may be new for some of you guys if you've never taken an online course or if you've only taken a couple in the past, but in this course, we are going to have deadlines, 2 each week that you'll need to meet. So your assignments will be due twice a week. And we'll also have group meetings. This is a design course, so it's really imperative that you receive critique from your classmates and that you're able to critique your classmates' work. When you're designing, it really helps to see what other people are doing and what ideas other people have and to critique their ideas, which will help you strengthen your own ideas. So we will be meeting on Google Hangouts several times throughout the semester with a group. Now, you will not have the same group every time. You'll tell me your availability, so I'll take a poll and you'll tell me when you're free, and I'll make groups every time we meet based on that. So you might be in the same group a couple times, you might have new group members every time. When I say group meetings, I don't really mean group in the sense that you have the same people you're seeing over and over again. I just mean that we're going to get a few of us in a hangout together and you're going to critique each other's work. You'll also have written theory assignments, which will be spelled out to you for each assignment. This is where I'm going to ask you to write about the concepts you've read about. You'll have design projects where you're going to apply the concepts that you've read about, tutorials so that you can learn the software, a final exam, and a final paper, which will review your work in this course. So the final paper is a review of your design work. The main projects, the application projects, there are 3. You will apply the theories and techniques learned in the class to 3 projects. This is very similar to what you did in 101. You learn the material and then you make something that shows that you learned it. You'll make an internal print newsletter in InDesign, an external website homepage and blog page in WordPress, and an external email newsletter. You'll use MailChimp for that. You do need some software for this course. You need Adobe InDesign and Photoshop. These are available on on-campus labs. If you are not on campus, that's just fine. You can still get this software. You can purchase it from the BSU Tech Store for $330, which I know is kind of pricey. It's typically, I think, $1,700. If you're not a student, so that is quite a discount. Or you can rent each program for $20 a month. Now, you guys are lucky because you're only here for 5 weeks and you can get a 30-day trial in InDesign and Photoshop. So if you just don't get the trial until the day you need it, you should be fine. You should be able to have InDesign and Photoshop for the entire 5-week course if you get it in week 2. So download the trials as needed. If you ever get stuck and you don't know what to do about software, please let me know as soon as possible if you don't know what to do or you need some help. If you don't have the software and you don't do the homework, I don't really care that you didn't have the software because it's your responsibility to get it. So if you're struggling with procuring the software, you need to let me know and I'll do my best to help you. Software outside of Adobe, you're going to use Blackboard, obviously. We're going to use Google Drive and Docs in this course. One of your assignments this first week is to watch a video that I've created about how to use Docs and Drive. There's a help tab in Blackboard for Docs and Drive if you haven't used it before, but I want you to use Google Docs and Drive to do your homework so that I can see it and leave feedback. The feedback system in Blackboard, I do not like it and I don't think it helps you very much, so I would prefer to leave feedback for you right on a Google Doc. For this, you will need a Gmail account. One of your first assignments in this class is to send me your Gmail account. You'll take a quick survey about yourself and one of the lines asks for your Gmail account. So if you have one, give it to me. If you don't have one, make one. If you have one but you don't want to use it for this class, you can make another one. I don't really care. I just need a Gmail account. I just need a Gmail email address from you. There's one thing I want to talk about that I don't usually cover in the regular semester, but I think it's really important for these truncated semesters where you have only 5 or 10 weeks. This is a 3-credit-hour course. You're earning the same amount of credit as someone who's taking this class in the 16-week semester. So you're going to basically cover 3 weeks worth of work every week. I know it sounds crazy, but that is what Ball State expects when they give you the 5-week semester. When I was in college, I had a 3-week semester, and I had, I think it was 3.5 hours of one class every day for 3 weeks. And I had 2 classes, so I'd be at school for almost a full 8 hours, and I would go home and do 6 to 8 hours of homework. So you should expect to spend up to 24 hours of work each week, and I'll explain why. For every hour that you spend in class at Ball State expects you to spend 2 to 3 hours doing homework, which could include readings. It's called 45-90. For every 45 hours you spend in the classroom, which would be 1 semester's worth, you should do at least 90 hours outside of the classroom. So if you add all that up and smash it down into 5 weeks, you could be spending about 24 hours of work each week working on this class. That makes it almost like a part-time job. This is not my policy. This is a Ball State policy. This is how Ball State works when they create the 5-week classes. This is what they expect us to do. If you've had a summer class before where you did less, that is not correct. That's not what summer classes are supposed to be. These are full credit courses, so you should expect to do all of the work. I will tell you there's one small project that I normally do at the end of the regular semester that I did cut for summer because we could jam it in, but you wouldn't have any time for feedback, and I don't think that will help you. So you're doing almost everything in the 16 credit hour or 16-week course in 5 weeks. If this is terrifying to you, if this doesn't sound like something that you can manage, I would highly suggest that you just speak with your advisor about taking the class during the regular semester so that you would only have to do about 9 or 10 hours of work a week. Actually, I think it's like 7 to 9 each week for this class if it's spread out over 16 weeks. So if you're committed to doing the 5-week class, I just want to make it clear right away that you're committing to doing all of this work. Let's talk really quickly about Blackboard. Most of what you need for the class can be found in the lessons section of Blackboard. The syllabus obviously is found in the syllabus section of Blackboard, and I do expect you to read the syllabus. If you send me an email and the answers in the syllabus, I will just send you an email back that says it's in the syllabus. Requirements and deliverables are clearly outlined on the folder for each week in the assignment section of Blackboard and on the syllabus. So I do have some tips for using Blackboard. I know for some of you who haven't had to use Blackboard before, it can be a little bit confusing and daunting. There's a lot going on. Most of the things you see on Blackboard you don't actually need, but it's confusing, I think. So on my YouTube channel playlist, I have an online learning skills section, which has tips on how to speed up or slow down videos. So if I talk too fast, you can slow me down. If I talk too slow, you can speed me up. and how to view assignment rubrics, and how to access the course calendar, which is really important and will help keep you on track in this course. You can get to that YouTube channel playlist by going to bit.ly/368bb for Blackboard. So bit.ly/368bb. This address right here will take you to that YouTube channel. Let's talk about getting in touch with me. I do have an office on Ball State's campus. It's in AJ 244, but my office hours are virtual, and because it's the summer, I'm only on campus once a week, so you're probably not going to catch me on campus. So my virtual office hours are 1 to 5 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I do have office space in the Fishers, Indianapolis area where I go every day, and from 1 to 5 I am on Skype and GChat and checking my email, and you can contact me on Tuesdays and Thursdays between those hours, or you can set an appointment with me. You can always email me, of course, here, or you can send an email to my Ball State address. It doesn't matter. If you Google me, I'm pretty much the only Megan McNames, so you'll find me. You can find an email address for me, but this is the one I would prefer that you use. And then you can go to a service called doodle.com/McNames, and let's actually go there really quickly. You'll see that it is a calendar where you can actually see my schedule and tell me when you'd like to meet. So if you want to set a meeting with me, please don't hesitate to use this. I do have an office that I go to and I work out of every day. So anytime, let's see what I have on here actually I don't have it written on here, but pretty much anytime during work hours, so like 9 to 5, even after 5, probably all the way up till 9 p.m., you can tell me that you want to meet. So if you see this and you see that I'm free this Wednesday at 3, you can click and start filling this out, tell me you want to meet with me, and I'll get your request and we can set a meeting. It's a lot easier than trying to deal with emailing back and forth, especially if you really need to get a hold of me quickly. The other thing you can do is GChat me. So if you're on your Gmail account and you see me available in the chat on the left side, send me a message. I actually prefer to get messages that way over email because I can just write you back and we can have a conversation. Email is fine, but sometimes, I'm sure as you all know, it's hard. You misunderstand each other and you end up drawing the conversation out longer than it needs to. So if you see me on GChat, just send me a message. If it's something we need to video chat over, we can just open the video chat. I try to be as accessible as possible for you guys. As far as sending me an email, that's perfectly fine too. You can send it to megan.mcnames@gmail.com. The only thing I ask is that you please allow at least a day for me to respond to your email. Most of the time I'll get your email within an hour or two, but I do have other things that I work on in the summer. I have special projects that I'm working on and I have another course. So don't expect that if you email me, you're going to hear back right away. So you want to make sure that you have enough time for me to respond and also for you to do something. So if something's due Wednesday at 5 and you email me Wednesday at noon, I might not even see your email. And even if I do, if I write you back Wednesday at 1, you might not have time to take my advice into account for whatever your question was. If you don't get a response in 24 hours, please resend your email. I feel like every semester I have someone who says, "Did you get my email?" and I really didn't get it. So if you don't hear back from me in an hour, assume I didn't get it and send me a message or contact me during my office hours and let me know if something's not right. Assignments are due at 5 p.m. on every day that they're due. At 5 p.m., if you try to send an assignment after 5, Blackboard will mark it late and I will give you a 0. There are no late assignments in this course unless you have an excuse as per the Ball State policy, which means you have a doctor's note, a hospital visit record, or a funeral announcement. Other than that, there's no late assignments. You can, let me say this, you can rework assignments if you, if I deem that it's necessary. So you can't turn something in that's half-assed and be like, oh, can I rework it? But if I look at something that you did and it's clear that you didn't understand the assignment or you did it, in a way that wasn't what I intended, I'll let you know. And we can talk about a possibility of a redo. After you submit your assignment, I highly suggest that you see what's due next. While you're in Blackboard and you click submit, immediately go and see what the next thing that's due is, because it's really easy to get behind in these online classes. Okay, I think that's everything I wanted to cover. I really look forward to working with you in this course. I'm really excited about this subject matter. This is a subject that I really love teaching, so please don't hesitate to contact me if you have questions or concerns. I know that online courses are sometimes kind of present unique challenges to you, especially if you haven't taken one before. Blackboard can be a bit tricky, so I just want you to know that you shouldn't struggle needlessly. Don't feel like you can't ask me a question because you think it's dumb. Obviously, if it's in the syllabus, I'll say it's in the syllabus, but if it's something like, I'm not seeing due dates on Blackboard, let me know, because it's something I can look into for you and I might be able to help you with quickly so that you don't have to struggle and feel like things aren't going well. Just ask me and I'll be happy to help. I'm here to answer questions. It's my job to make sure you learn these things, so if you have questions, I want to answer them and make sure that you can get the information that you need to succeed in this course. I think that's everything. Oh, there's one more thing. I wanted to show you how to get started in this course, so I'm going to pull up Blackboard. Okay, this is the course Blackboard. You'll know you're in the right Blackboard site when you see Jura 368 across the top. You'll see that there's a home page where you can get information. Oh, you know what? This is being finicky. I'm going to have to fix this. But this is going to show due dates. You can see any announcements from me. I don't have any right now. The syllabus you can get to by clicking on syllabus, of course. Lessons is where the materials you're going to learn about are housed. So let me switch to the student view. So to get started, here's what you want to do. You want to go to the syllabus, read it, and then go to lessons and click lesson 1. And in lesson 1, you'll see a to-do list is always the first page of the lesson, and then each item you need to take action on is listed. So you can either click in the table of contents over here, or if you click this right arrow, you can cycle through. So this is an overview. You'll see you have 2 readings and a lecture, and then 2 assignments. So you'll see the readings. Here's the first reading. Here's the second reading. And then the lecture. And then the 2 assignments. So this is what everything's going to look like. That's under the lessons section. And the syllabus will tell you what lessons are due on what days. Okay, we have what's called a content repository. In this class, you're going to be designing, but you need content to put on your designs. So I've put together a little repository of content that you can use while you're designing. Schedule a meeting. If you click on that, you'll be taken to, I gotta fix that, that's being finicky too. There was just some change in Blackboard that's making these links not work. I've used this exact course before and schedule a meeting was fine. So schedule a meeting will take you to that Doodle software where you can schedule a meeting with me. Email will allow you to email me or your classmates. Grades would be your grades. I do have down here Google Drive support. You are going to use Google Docs and Drive, which I have a video discussing more in depth what you're going to be doing with it. That's coming up this week. But if you ever get stuck, you can consult the help pages here. I've tried to list the help pages that are going to be most related to what you're doing in this course. So that's pretty much everything. I just wanted to show you that lessons is where the content is going to live. Announcements are going to be any things I need to say to you guys. You'll also receive an email of the announcements. That does take us to the end of this video. If you have any questions, please let me know. Welcome to 368. I look forward to seeing you guys in our group meetings and seeing your work through Blackboard.